Hey everybody, this is going to be the first video in what will hopefully be a weekend series, a regular event every weekend, and that is the FS19 Weekend Roundup. Basically, we're going to take in these videos the mods that were released in the Giants Mod Hub for the previous week and basically demonstrate them and show them off to you. This isn't going to be a full-fledged mod review for every single mod, simply because there are so many mods that got released this week. I think 22 or 23 mods in all, and most of them didn't show up until Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. In fact, I don't think any of them were released prior to Wednesday of this week. But we'll get a little bit more detail on that later. What we're going to do is we're going to have this video in kind of two segments. The first segment are going to be vehicles and implements. Second segment is going to be dealing with placeables. And there is one script mod that was released this week. Really don't know how to show that one off. It is a mod that I did a mod review on earlier. I think it was a Christmas mod mashup video that I did. And that is the fill type mass adjustment script. And we'll talk a little bit about it right here while I'm at it. So, the fill type or goods mass adjustment, i.e. realistic weights mod, is by Modalisher. This mod can be found, as I said, or all of these mods can be found in the Giants Mod Hub. This mod makes sure that the actual weight of the load is the weight of the load. So apparently in standard farm sim, most of the fill types, if not all the fill types, have a weight of approximately 1/2 of what they would have in real life. So for example, if you fill a trailer full of wheat, and it should be 10 tons of wheat, well, it turns out that it really only weighs about 5 tons in game. So what this mod does is it gives it the appropriate 10 tons of weight. So if you use this mod, you're going to find out that you're pretty much going to need a bigger tractor or a bigger truck to pull the same amount of product up a hill or around in the field, simply because of the added weight. It does give a bit more level of sense of realism to the game, and you will also note that those darn brakes don't seem to work as good anymore. So be careful when you are driving around at high speeds, because the tractors and trucks will not slow down near as fast as they used to. So let's take a look at our first trailer mod. It is the Bio Belts Log Trailer TR500 by Toxic Ohm. Let's go ahead and take a look at it here in the store. So if we go to trailers and forestry, we have the in-game Fleagle Timber Runner, and we're going to buy one of these just as a comparison. Of course, the in-game Fleagle Timber Runner, you have a choice of wide tires or standard tires, and that is it. So let's take a look at the Bio Belts TR500. So immediately the first thing I see is that this is a more of what I expect to see in a log trailer. The Fleagle log trailer is a bit more full-fledged trailer. You know, what I expect and what I see typically in a log trailer is a frame, log uprights, and wheels. That's about it. The Fleagle trailer seemed a bit fancier, if you will. So our options here are we can change the color of the fenders. I go with kind of a grayish color, and we can change our wheel setup from standard to wide tires to twin radial. I mean, those are some beefy tires right there. Let's go back to standard. Just going to lease this one. And here we go. So first off, it appears that the Bio Belts trailer is a bit shorter than the Fleagle. What I'm talking about the Fleagle being a little bit more full-fledged trailer, it's got this deck here in the middle. Of course, it's got the headache rack or the log rack there in the front. It's all one level. It's all flat. and it's got many more log stanchions. I think that's what they're called on the trailer. Whereas the bio belts is got 4 log stanchions. They are much more spread apart. And we've just got the basic side frames, side rails, and then we've got just 3 strap points. 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead and get a truck here. Let's get the good old Warrior out. We'll hook up to the Warrior's good because it's got its own headache rack there in the back. Let's hook up to the trailer. I liked how the pin connected right there into the 5th wheel. Like how you could see that on the in-game Fleagle. That pin is so little you don't even see it connecting. Our lights, we got side running lights, we got rear lights, we got backup lights, left and right blinkers, hazards, brake lights. Let's go ahead and straps. So, not much more can be said about this. It's just a basic log trailer by Toxic Home. I think it's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and just park it over here. And we'll go ahead and set up for our next video. But before we do that, let's go ahead and clear out this timber runner. Don't need that there in our way. So the next mod I want to show you guys is the Findt Weight Back by Smitey, and then it's CMT. So if we go to the store and we go to Tools, and if we go to Weights, scroll all the way over here to the end, and we have 3 Findt weights, 750, an 1800, and a 2500, and then we've got the in-game Findt 3300. So it makes a good, these 3 weights make a good complement to this big Findt weight. Aren't a lot of options going on here other than color selection. Go in a Findt green if we want on all of these. Go ahead and just lease these up. Look at them outside shop here. Maybe we'll buy ourselves a couple Findt tractors to hook up to them. And let's go ahead and look at this Findt 3300 while we've got it, so we get a nice full complement of Findt weights. We've got the Findt 750, which is $950 in the store. This is the front, and then this is where it attaches to the back of the front of the tractor. We've got the Findt 2000 kilogram, $1,500. We've got the Findt 2500, which is $2,300, and then the in-game Findt big weight 3,300 pounds or 3,300 kilograms. Let's go ahead and just get a couple of tractors. We'll get a Findt 500, Findt Vario 300. Get a 700, and we'll get the 900. Get the 1000. Now we've got 4 Findts. Well, we got 5 Findts and 4 weights. So I went a little bit crazy there. Just wanted to hook these up just so we can see them all hooked up here. I should say that this weight pack is for all platforms, PC and console. I forgot I had turned off the HUD. That's why we weren't seeing the hookup. And the log trailer is also, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, is for all platforms, PC and console players. Need to remember that I've got the good old HUD turned off. I was kind of expecting that that hookup icon. One thing I always thought looked a little weird, but then again, I am from the U.S. and usually the weights we see on the front are weight suitcase packs that hook up to the front. We don't often see a lot of that beast. We don't see a lot of weights, you know, 3-point hitch weights in the front, just because lots of our tractors are not 3-point hitch-able, if you should say that. I always thought it looked a little weird to have a weight hanging so far out the front. And these don't hang out too terrible bad. Some of the in-game weights feel like they just hang out so far out into the front. So here we've got the 750 weight, the 2,000 kilogram weight, and the 2,500 kilogram weight. All three of these weights are part of the Findt weight pack by Smitey, CMT. And then this weight over here was the 3,300 kilogram weight that is in the base game. Guys, let's go ahead and take a look at our third mod. We've got the Amazon ZA-U pack by Matt26. This mod is also available for all platforms, PC and console. And this is a 3-point hitch fertilizer spreader that also does lime. Let's take a look at it in the shop. Again, we go to Tools, and we go to Fertilizer Technology, and then we've got the Amazon ZA-U fertilizer spreader. The basic capacity on this unit is 1,000 liters, has a spreading width of 18 meters and 12 miles per hour working speed. We can change the capacity. We can go to a 1501, which is a 15,000 liter capacity, and then we can go to an 1801, which increases it to an 18,000 liter capacity. See, it's not too terribly expensive to lease or purchase. Go ahead and lease the 1801. And before we do that, let's compare that to the in-game Kuhn that holds 3,200 liters, so it does have a bit more capacity. It is significantly bigger. Let's go ahead and lease that one just to show a size comparison. So this one is quite an effective size and cost, and do notice that it does take lime. Kuhn fertilizer spreader does not. It only takes solid fertilizer, whereas the Amazon takes solid fertilizer and lime. I left the Findt 300 out here just so that we could hook up to it and take a look at it. So yeah, we've got the in-game Kuhn, which is the smallest in-game fertilizer spreader, and then we've got the Amazon ZA-U. We've got the 1801 variant, where that came in 3 different capacities. All the capacities have a working width of 18 meters. Fits fairly well, size-wise, I would say, with the Findt 700 size tractor, or Findt 300 size tractors. Whereas the Kuhn is a big old thing. And it just dwarfs. I mean, it just looks way too big. This looks really nice on a fairly large, medium-sized tractor as opposed to a smaller tractor. You'd think if you're using a 3-point hitch spreader, you would probably be using some smaller equipment. At least that's my mindset on that. So let's go ahead and reset, and we're going to get ready for our 4th mod in this mod roundup. So we've got the Forshite, sorry, I can't pronounce that very well, B125. It is a small 1.5 meter plow that we can get here. It is by AAA Modding, and it is also available for all platforms. So to show this off a little bit, I've got both the Findt 1300 and the Valtra A series. Both are fairly small and very low horsepower tractors. Go to the tools, and we go to plows. Our in-game base plow is 2 meters and is 85 horsepower, the Salford 4204. A 4-bottomed plow, as sometimes they are referred. And now we've got the B125. It's only $9,000. It's a 3-bottom plow. It is 1.5 meters and only requires 80 horsepower. We have options of standard, brown, green. That is it. $469 to lease and $9,200 to purchase. Go ahead and lease up one. So there it is in the blue. Overall, this is a pretty interesting model. I like the detailing on the metal bits here in the middle, where you can see like the screw grooves and everything. So let's just go ahead and hook up with the little old Fiat. See how this handles, because the Fiat does not have front weight options, or does the Valtra A series. Hook up to it, we can see we've got a little jack animation for that big blue wheel there. Just drop it down. Drop it down, and then if we pay attention when we unhook, we'll see the wheel lower a bit, and we will see the handle rotate. Go. Move this one out of the way. And hook up to the A Valtra series to see how it handles the weight. Because the small Salford plow actually has a rear wheel that stays on the ground when it's elevated. Front bounces a little bit, but it seems to be able to take the weight fairly well. There you go, guys. We've got the B125 free bottom plow, 1.5 meters. Again, it is by AAA Modding and is for all platforms. So next we're going to take a look at the Pecan PD 1500. We're going to go ahead and leave the Valtra A out for this one. This is an interesting little mod. It is a 3-point hitch pallet fork, and it is by the mod author Maas Land Mods, M-A-A-S Land Mods. It is also available for all platforms. Go to our tools, and let's see here. I think it's under miscellaneous. Yes, it is indeed. Here's the Pecan PD 1500, $645. Got an option of standard or special. The only thing it changes is the hitch here. Special and standard. Let's go ahead and get one special unit and one standard. $32 a day to lease. This thing is a great buy if you want to just lease one. And let's go ahead and get a couple of pallets. Let's get a seed bag. And let's get a herbicide pallet. Just to see how well this works with that. First thing we're going to do is we're going to hook up to the standard one, which is the first one that we purchased. You see the way this works is we lower our 3-point hitch, okay, and then we can angle it down and up. That's about all we can do. See how well this picks up the seed pallet. Try to get a little bit more lined up. This would be great for transporting 1 or 2 pallets around. If you had a tractor that had a front 3-point and a rear, you could just use this. Look at that, it slides right up underneath that. So you would probably then want to angle it up a little bit and raise it up. And now you can, well, you know, get to town, pull your pallets around to wherever you want them to go. Let's see how well it works to unhook. Lower these down. Angle it back down so the back there makes contact. Drive forward a little bit, and there we go. That wasn't too terrible bad. Let's drop that one off, and let's go over here and try the special connection. See if it operates any different, or if they're just aesthetically different. Function still seems to be the same. We would lower it down. Still have the ability to tilt it. Let's get a little bit more lined up, right? Tilt it down a bit. Oh, we tilt it up. Raise her up. And there we go. We are off to the races. Pulling our 1 pallet with a 3-point hitch. Rather interesting mod. Really good, I guess, for randomly just carting pallets around. If you don't want to invest in a whole wheel loader, front arms, and a fork, you could use this to really easily maybe cart around one pallet. Or if you coupled this with the Amazon that we just showed off, you could have the Amazon on the back. If you had a tractor with a front 3-point hitch, you could use this to cart the pallet of lime or fertilizer with you around to the various fields. Be a very interesting combination use of those 2 mods. The next mod in this roundup is the Great Plains GP 3P1006NT seeder. This is a giant software mod. This is the same Great Plains seeder that was in the base game for Farm Sim 17. This mod is available for all platforms. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Go to seeders. Then the base Amazon D830 is $13,000 and has a 3-meter working width. It does plant wheat, barley, oat, canola, sunflowers, oilseed radish, and grass. Has a working speed of 9 miles per hour and 1,000 seed. So let's take a look at the Great Plains. Great Plains also has a working width of 3 meters, but is a whopping $32,000. Are you kidding me? The Amazon has a horsepower requirement of 85 horsepower, whereas Great Plains has a 100 horsepower requirement. Holds 1,200 liters of seed and fertilizer, and also works at 9 miles per hour. So with this, you can directly seed in the ground. So this is a no-till style seeder. I don't believe the Amazon does that. No, the Amazon does not do that. So this on the Sprint R300S also is a no-till seeder. It is only $30,000 and also has a working width of 3 meters, as is the Agro Maz Salvis, again 3 meters, and this Stara 36 or the Stara Series Master 3570 is $39,000, 3.6 meters, and also is a no-till seeder. So this is along the same price range as comparable no-till seeders that does do seed and fertilize. And again, it does wheat, barley, oat, canola, soybean, oilseed radish, and grass. Let's take a look at it here in the shop. There are no options for this particular unit. Piece that up. Let's go ahead and get a pallet of fertilizer so we can see what the capacity breakdown of each is. And for this, I've got the New Holland T5 100. One thing that I had problems with this seeder from 17 was that it was difficult. Sometimes the tractor I was trying to use for it wouldn't turn. Couldn't bring up our HUD. This one, though, it seems that the rear wheels make much better contact with the ground. They rotate a lot better. And I think the 17 variant of this seeder. Right, so our seed compartment holds 700 liters, whereas our fertilizer compartment holds 500 liters. Lower it, and we can turn it on. Not have access to the land, of course. Now, I don't see an option. It would be nice if the if when you opened the cover, if this ladder rotated down, but it doesn't appear that this ladder rotates at all. We hit in, we'll toggle between the covers. In to close the cover. There isn't an unfold option for this seeder, and when you lower it and turn it on, it would be interesting if when you turned it off, raised it, and then hit in, like I said, that the ladder rotated down, and the ladder would rotate up when you close the fertilizer cover, but it doesn't do that. But can't have everything, I suppose. Let's go ahead and get reset for our next highlight in this mod roundup. So those of you who pre-ordered Farm Sim 17, though this particular tractor very well, we've got for all platforms, PC and console, the Valtra N Series Cow Edition. Go ahead and take a look at that. We go to Vehicles, and I believe it's under Small Tractors. There we are. We have the Valtra N Series Standard Edition, $121,000 at 145 horsepower, top speed of 31 miles per hour. And then we have the Valtra Series Cow Edition, 145 horsepower, again, 31 mile per hour, top speed. We have a choice of rim color. Pick pretty much any color we want. Go Tredelberg tires or Nokian. On the Treadleberg, we have standard wheel weights, wide tires with weights, rear twins, narrow tires, and back to standard. Jump our horsepower all the way up to 201 horsepower. And we can or cannot have a front loader attachment should we so wish. Go ahead and lease this thing up and just take a quick look at it. Nothing special, nothing grand. It is the cow edition that we all know and love from the pre-order bonus, I believe it was, with Farm Sim 17. Go ahead and jump on in. We've got the same, pretty much same interior as we have in the standard in series. That's the only difference is, of course, the exterior cow edition paint scheme. So any fans of the Valtra in-series cow edition, you are now in luck that you can have your very own cow painted Valtra on your farm. Up next, we've got another Giants mod. We've got a telehandler. We have the Liebherr TL436-7. Under vehicles, let's go to telehandlers. And here we are. Now, I don't think this was, I have to first admit, I don't remember the exact model numbers of things that were in Farm Sim 17. Because quite frankly, the model numbers really didn't that matter much to me. I know we had a Liebherr telehandler. If it was this model or not, I don't remember. I suspect it probably was close, if not this model. But let's compare it to some of the other telehandlers we have here in the base game. So we've got the Manitou with 143 horsepower at $69,000, 24 mile per hour. We've got the Massey Ferguson, 122 horsepower, a little underpowered compared to the Manitou at 24 miles per hour, but much more expensive. And then we've got the Manitou MLT 737, 130 PS plus, 129 horsepower, 24 miles per hour, $98,000. So the good old little Manitou here, the little baby Manitou, is rather interesting. It is much more powerful and much cheaper than these other ones. Now, it does have a little bit different design. I don't know if this one has four-wheel steer or if it's capable of picking up the weight that these bigger units are capable of picking up. But let's take a look at the Liebherr. It's a TL436-7. It's 122 horsepower, 15 miles per hour, so it is a bit slower than the Massey Ferguson or the Manitous. But it is also fairly cheap. Take a look at it here in the shop. There are no options available. Configure this thing. Go ahead and lease it. And let's lease the small Manitou. Articulated in the middle. And then the Massey Ferguson, just for comparative purposes. Now, the Massey Ferguson does let us pick different tires. Got the Liebherr, Manitou, the cheap one, and then the Massey Ferguson. The Liebherr appears to be the smallest of all of them. Very, very small and compact unit. Have our four-wheel steering. We have all-wheel steering, front steering, crab left, crab right, and back to all-wheel steering. For anyone that is prone to getting sick, be warned, we're going to do a steering test and see how tight of a steering radius that we can drive in. That is a pretty tight circle. Let's use this oil stain here, just as a comparative. You can definitely spin basically within that oil stains radius. Let's stop rotating around, right? We don't want anybody to get super sick. small Manitou. Now this one has the wonderful appreciation of being an articulated unit. Some people like those, some people do not. Can you get this lined up on an oil stain just to check? So if you ask me, this one has, the little Manitou here has a larger turning radius than the Liebherr. Let's go check the Massey Ferguson out. It does appear to be a little bit bigger than the other unit. And as such, it appears to have a greater turning radius. Little Liebherr appears to have the smallest turning radius of all the units. Given that it's a Giants mod, I would expect all the lights and everything to work, but let's go ahead and check. We've got hazards. To left and right. Got our beacon, front lights, rear lights, and our working lights. Let's see. Good reach. Let's check the interior. You have an animated joystick. And not too bad on the visibility. That's as far as I can rotate the camera up. Got a mirror there. Side mirrors, so not the worst in overall visibility. I'm going to go ahead and park this one over here because we are going to use this one in a later video. Go ahead and get reset for the next one. So we've got the Brantner TA2307 23071. Again, it is another Giants mod. It is available for all platforms, and this one is rather interesting in particular. Has a capacity of 34,000 liters, price of $44,000 for base, but it can be converted from a trailer to a manure spreader. It's a rather interesting capability. So if we go here under trailers, look here at the Brantner TA23071, $44,000, 34,000 liter capacity. So let's take a look at some of the other trailers here. And let's get down here, 31, 39. So 31,000 liter capacity for the Joskin is $35,000. Rampy is 39,000 liter capacity, and it's $51,000. So this trailer fits right there in the middle, not only with capacity, but also in price. See all of the fill types that this one takes, including the good old stinky poo. We got pig food, we got seed, we got fertilizer, we got wood chips, forage, and total mixed rations. Potatoes, sugar beets, sugar cane, lime, pig food, the whole 9 yards. So let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer here. Very interesting and nice looking trailer overall. We've got a configuration standard or manure spreader. When we go to manure spreader, we can see that we get a PTO that gets added to the front, and we get the nice spreader on the back. The gate, $20,000 to add that, so that is quite the costly upgrade. But let's go ahead and take a look. When we do that, we also lose 10,000 liters of capacity, or almost 10,000 liters. Capacity drops to a 25,000 liter capacity. We have a choice of Michelin, Tredelberg tires, wide, Michelin, or standard, and Tredelberg wide or standard. Let's lease one of each just so that we can see it a little bit better. And let's take a look at the manure spreaders. and compare that. So the manure spreader was $64,000 with a 24,000 liter capacity. Take some of these in-game spreaders. So we've got the Kuhn SLC 141 that has a 15,000 liter capacity for $54,800. Then we have the Samson Flex 23, which is 22,900 liter capacity, and it is $85,000. This one. And then we've got the Strauderman PS3401, $99,000 for 32,000 liter capacity. The Brandner TA 23071 in manure spreading mode falls right here between these two units, is significantly cheaper than the Samson, but runs at 12 miles per hour and 24 meter spread. Now let's take a look. Did we see what the spread is on this one? I did not pay attention. Did see that the store shows it as 12 miles per hour. I didn't see what the spread was when we go to manure mode. That's something to note. It may or may not have the same spread as that, but it is significantly cheaper than any of the in-game manure spreaders. And the fact that you could buy one trailer, you'd want to clean it quite nice before you go and use it again, but you could buy a trailer and then switch it to manure spreader mode when you wanted to. Overall, a nice looking model. I don't believe this was in 17. I think this is new. I definitely don't remember a trailer that I could switch between manure and normal capacity. This is what I call a push trailer, where the front pushes back the crop so it does not tip. It's a push style unit. Let's get a tractor here real quick just to see if the hoses hook up. Sure they do, but something interesting to take a look at. You get hose connections. Same here, we get PTO and hose cups. And on this one, let's see here, we X to unfold, raises the back end, and B to turn it on. I guess we can't turn it on unless we have manure in it. At any rate. Guys, that is the Brandner TA 223071 trailer. I don't know how you 23071, I guess, is how you might say that super slick to you. And let's take a look at our next mod, which is an interesting deal. We've got a bale fork coming up. So we've got the Maniball L6000 series bale forks, and this is by mod author Rax Ash, R-A-X-A-S-H. Oh, sorry about that. R-A-X-A-S-H. This is for PC only. This particular mod is currently not available for console. It's not saying it won't come out for console later. I don't know. Sorry, I can't answer that. But as of this moment, it is for PC only. This particular mod is rather interesting, and I am really eager to give this one a try out in real gameplay. It comes standard with 3 tines and has an option for a height extension. We're going to find that here under front loaders. With the MX Maniball L6000, $1,400. Now let's compare that to the bale spike of just $600. So it is a bit more expensive, but take a look. So we've got the standard version with 3 tines. We can get 4 tines, or we can get a 5th tine there in the middle. Also have the option of going without a height extension or adding a height extension. And when we add a height extension, we get these 2 spikes up here at the top that are going to help hold the top bale, and we can get it for front loader or telehandler. Let's go ahead and get one option of each. Okay, got a 1650 with height extension, so $1,900 with 4 tines and height extension. Telehandler is $200 more expensive than the front loader version. Go to telehandlers though. It is not available in telehandlers, so you will have to find it under front loader, no matter which option you want. Take a look at it. So here we've got the 4 tine with extension, and then we've got the 4 tine without extension for telehandler. Went ahead and kept our case tractor that we had for the previous video, or the previous segment, I should say. Configured it with front loader. Got our arms, and I happen to have a stack of bales off here to the side already. So that is basically its operation. It has no specific functions. Can't lower the extension. It is where it is, but it is perfect for picking up a stack of 4 bales. Take a look at this. Get lined up a little bit better. And let's line up. And you'll see the bottom forks. Now we basically have 4 bales. I can't pick it up, I don't have a weight. But now we've got, oh, let's get a weight. I really wanted to show this moving around. Let's get some more junk in the trunk. There we go. Now we'll be able to maneuver this one around. Slide on in here. And what I noticed is the way this seems to work is the bottom bales seem to settle a little bit on the bottom tines. Okay. Whoa. The reason I said that is exactly what we just saw there. Is when we pick a 4 stack up, okay, what we see is the bottom 3 kind of settled down a little bit on the top on the forks, which is kind of expected based on the weight that 3 bales would have. So it makes the top float a little bit. Let's see that. See how the top bale is floating a bit? We are now able to easily, saw those 2 bales in the middle kind of move around a little bit. We can now easily move around these 4 bales without any hassle whatsoever. Then when we want to put them down, lower it down like this. You gotta be a little careful to back out with respect to that top bale because those bottom ones settle a little bit. Let's move that one out of the way and get our telehandler here. I said we were going to use this one in a later segment. Well, now's the time. And with this one, we should be able to haul 2 bales at a time quite easily. Would be nice if we could maybe have the option of lowering the extension. Maybe we only want to move. Maybe we want to move 3 bales and not 2. Go. You can see that it supports 2 bales quite nicely with the way that frame comes up. Hey guys, that is the Mana Ball L6000 by Raxash, R-A-X-A-S-H. And again, this mod is currently for PC only. Mod is not available for console as of this release. And just down here. Oh no. And we will go ahead and get set up for the next video, the next segment. So in this segment, we're going to be talking about the Fleagle Animal Transporter by Farmer Andy and lsfarming-mods.com. This mod is for PC and console players. This is an interesting Fleagle trailer that holds 14 sheep, 12 pigs, 6 cows, and get this, 9 horses. Okay, so let's take a look at it in the shop. So under animal transport, up until now we were stuck with the big Master Western WCF trailer from Brockman to haul two horses at a time for $16,000. Got the Joskin Betamax RDS 7500, which is the smallest trailer for hauling animals, at $24,000, and it only hauls 6 cows, 9 pigs, or 10 sheep. But now we've got the Fleagle Animal Transporter magically at $15,000, the cheapest option of all of these, and it will hold 6 cows, 12 pigs, 14 sheep, and 9 horses. Take a look at it here in the shop. So we've got a few options here. We can change our design color, which changes the top tarp. It does not change the back. Just make that white. And then we've got quite the shine there. We've got our option of steel, zinc, which is kind of a flat. Kind of see the I actually like this one a lot. We can see that color, that texturing to the zinc. Black. It's a flat, matte, black look to it. It's kind of slick there also with the black back and the simple white top. Or we could go with gray. I kind of like the zinc, so let's go with zinc. We've got a choice of Lizard tires or Michelin. Michelin, we get single fat wide tires. Go with Lizard, we get a dual set of tires. Let's go ahead and release this thing. Take a look at it here a little bit closer. Get up there, you can really see that that zinc metal texturing. Really nice detail on the wheels, everything. We're going to go ahead and use our case here. I'll come to it. Now, about the only thing that, and we do have hose hookups. Now, the only thing I would really like to see this mod that get added to this particular mod is the ability to haul chickens. I mean, come on, Giants. Why can't we buy chickens at the chicken coop and pay an exorbitant transport fee based on the price of the per chicken? Okay? We don't have the option of hauling the chickens ourselves, so we have to pay this transport fee. Just raise the price of the darn chickens and get rid of the transport fee if you want to be all like that. Or get rid of the transport fee because we don't have the option of hauling our own. Then when we went to go to sell them, we got to pay the transport fee yet again. Because, well, we can't transport them ourselves. There's no way. So get rid of the transport fee. Seriously. Maybe somebody needs to come out with a mod that gets rid of the transport fee. That would be great. For chickens, at least. Or, give me the ability to haul my own darn chickens. I'd probably rant for an hour on this. Just chicken transport. What I wanted to do was, let's open the cover. So we can open the cover with the N key. Let's go and get some pigs. See how many pigs can we put in here. There we go. Let's fill it up with pigs. There we've got our pigs stacked in there like a cord of wood. Let's get some sheeps. At least our sheeps are a little less uniformly stacked, but there we go. I really wish there was an easier way of doing this. Cows. Go. Cows. And now, what we've all been wanting to see is the horses. We can't buy, well, that's just stinking. Gotta get ramen. I do. Horses. So we can basically get one of each type if we wanted. And there we go. We got our horses. We can haul. Open our back by pressing X. And there we go, guys. Got ourselves some horses. Quick, easy way of transporting multiple horses back and forth from your farm to the sell point. Again, this mod is by Farmer Andy of lsfarming-mods.com. Available in the in-game mod hub and is for PC and console players. We are just about done all of the implement mods, and then we're going to move over and start talking about the placeables. So the last implement or vehicle mod in this mashup or roundup for the week is an Elmers cutter trailer. Basically, it is a big old header trailer. It is capable of transporting headers up to 13.7 meters in length. This mod is courtesy of LS Mod Source, CZCEEZEE, and Modder ROLF. Thank you for bringing us this cool and wonderful mod. This mod is available for all platforms. Let's go ahead and go to Tools and Header Trailers. And you can see we've got the TX32 header trailer. We've got the Leguan 24 and the Leguan Quattro 40 header trailer, in-game header trailer. And now we have the Elmers Manufacturing Elmers trailer, $8,000. It is just in line with the Quattro 40, which is the big trailer. There the thing is, and we have a choice. We can pick our main color. We could go with Massey Ferguson red if we wanted to. for $1,000 more. Let's go ahead and lease this thing. Take a look at it here, and boy, she is a long one. It's technically a dolly trailer. 2 axles in the back, 4 wheels total in the back. 2 wheels in the front with a center rotation and a nice long hitch. So let's take a look here at headers. This would be good for this header here, this Hellanus 12,000. Ag code Dynaflex 9255. The Power Flow, Verifeed Power Flow. We could even put the big old John Deere 645 FD on this thing. Then we get to the ones that have trailers. Let's take a look here at this AGCO 12 meters. Big old thing. Massey Ferguson. Piece this thing up. And we're going to need a harvester to hook this thing up and put it on the trailer. This. Massey Ferguson. Of course. Got Massey Ferguson red. We're going to need a Massey Ferguson harvester. See how well this thing hooks up here. This thing is huge. It's pretty obvious which way this thing goes on. Simply by how it is angled. There we go. Really long tongue on this. But we are going to easily be able to not have to worry about getting caught up with that that back bar. It's on the spreader area. Works quite nicely if you ask me. Let's go a little off-roading and see how well this thing holds the trailer to it. Looks like the header is locked on there. Pretty darn good. Yep. And there you got it. The Elmers cutter trailer. That is the last implement and vehicle mod of this week's mashup. Like I said, we had a ton of videos, or a ton of mods released this week, and we're only through the vehicles and implements. So let's reset and let's start talking about the placeables. So our first placeable is by Stefan 1997, and this is a placeable scarecrow. It's just a cute little decoration item that you can put down here on your farm. It is for PC and console players. Let's take a look at that. Go to placeables and decoration. Scroll over here and we see our scarecrow for a whopping $300. Zoom on in here. We can rotate Mr. Scarecrow around. Before we do put any placeable down, let's turn our HUD back on and let's get the F1 menu back up. Go, we got our F1 menu. That way we can basically see what we want to do. $300. FQ. Raise him. We can lower him. Rotate him around, and let's just put him. There we go. Cute little scarecrow. His outfit might be a little bit shiny, but hey, he's cool. He's cool. Again, by Stefan 1997. Now let's take a look here. We've got a placeable ramp by Pitsy and Vanquish 081. This mod is also available for both platforms, PC and consoles. Here it is, the Art Mechanic ramp, $1,500. Now, I was messing with this earlier, and this thing is pretty particular with where it can get put. I can put it there, here. Can't seem to put it, yeah, I can't put it there. So you may have difficulty placing this particular mod. When you rotate it, it doesn't rotate center-wise, it rotates on this corner. I kind of wish it would rotate center to its whole mass as of rotating this corner. I think it would just make rotating it easier, but that's just me. We can lower it in the ground a little bit. We can raise her up. Let's just go ahead and put it down. And we've got ourselves a loading ramp. Pretty easy. We just drive up here. We got a little flat platform and then a cutoff. The brick or whatever, the block, whatever's been made to use this ramp, looks a little bit on the, maybe I'd like to see this a little bit higher resolution. And it's like got some pretty shiny metallic paint going on there. If the top was a little less shiny. There you go. It's a loading ramp for all your loading pleasure. Take a look at our next one. We've got the classic root crop storage building from FS19. This was a mod by Dogface, and he has returned with his FS19 variant. I have to say, I really like this one a lot more than the FS17 version. Silos. And here we go. So the FS17 version had a blue roof to it. This one has a nice metal roof to it. Rotate it, and this one does rotate on its center axis. Very nice. It's the wrong button. Raise it and lower it. Put it over here on a non-flat area. You see, you raise it and we can lower it. Back here, and we'll just put it down right there. See, it does change the ground texture when you put it down. Let's change it to this dirt. So should you wish a different texture underneath of it, you're going to have to come in here with your landscape feature and paint a new texture underneath of it. Overall, this is a really nice quality mod. The only thing I found that I didn't like about this was do not use this to visit. Do not visit to this because you will get stuck. Let me show you. So it does put a little hotspot down on the map. Root crop storage. If you hit visit, you go inside. Now I'm under the potato texture, and I can't get out because there's a collision. I'm stuck here. Okay, so real simple. If you put this down, just don't go and visit the space because you might get yourself stuck. Now this does have some lights that come on at night. I'm going to wait till the end because I've got a spotlight, placeable spotlights that we're going to put down, and then we'll come back and take a look at this at night. This is where you get your root crop out, and this is where you put your root crop in. This has a capacity of 300,000 liters and a price of $90,000. $40 a day maintenance, and again, by Dogface. In this next segment, I'm going to show you a couple of placeable buildings and sheds that we've got. First up, we have the old masonry shed by Vertex Design. And it is basically what we said here. We've got an old masonry shed. Let's go to sheds. We have here the old masonry shed by Vertex Designs. We've got a couple other large buildings by them as well that we'll take a look at. $25,000, $20 a day. And it's a nice looking building. Just spin her around and we'll just put it right here. We got a nice corrugated metal side building, weathered. Got wooden doors. We'll come up to it. Left click to open the door. Left click to close. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different door options. Basically 4 different bays. Go. And we do have lights in the building. We've got 2 free fluorescent lights in here. Light switch is way over here. Like how we've got modeled like fluorescent light fixtures as opposed to just lights. Fluorescent light tubes. I have had a kind of a difficult time sometimes in getting this light switch trigger to come up. That gate. Does open. The lights do turn on, but I said I do have trouble from time to time in getting it to turn on. Let's try opening the door. Gate. Door. Alright, well, you may or may not have trouble also in getting that light switch to come on. But that is the old machinery shed. Again, it is available for all platforms. Let's go ahead and take a look at the large grain storage, which is also by Vertex Design. And is also available for all platforms. Go to sheds. We've got 2 different options. We've got a red and a green roofed option. Both are $65,000. And this basically lets us store either root crops or machinery in here. Let's see here. Where is the... Another interesting aspect of these is sometimes it's hard to tell where the doors are. There's the doors, I think. No. Doors? Doors are... Yep, those were the doors. This one did also spin on its center axis. Kind of got a concrete and wood exterior with a metal roof that you can get in either red or green. Big old section over here, and these do have tip collisions in them, so you can bring your root crops or anything else in here that you want to tip. Once again, we have a light switch. Lights are a bit easier to turn on this one. And again, we've got the same fluorescent light fixture as we did in the other building. Like having that as opposed to just having the simple fluorescent tubes modeled in. A second chamber here, this one with 2 doors, and again, its own independent light switch. And there we go. And that is the large grain storages building by the same Vertex design. Take a look at a corrugated machine shed by mod author Big E. Sheds. We have the 3-sided shed here in the shop. It is a bit smaller than these others. Let's go ahead and spin it around and just stick her down right here. And this one spins on its center axis, which I think is really nice with respect to placing these buildings, as opposed to when they don't spin on their center. Got a wooden corrugated or raised ridge metal siding that is weathered here at the bottom. Really nice texturing and detail. We also have some weathering up here at the eaves and ridges. Then we've got the same raised ridge metal roofing on the top, just a different color. Very basic shed, no interior lights, no doors, but still very nice. I believe it was $9,500 in the shop. Let's take a look real quick. Yep, $9,500 in the shop. And again, it is by Big E, and it is also available for all platforms, console and PC. Now, we've got ourselves a nice, small placeable. We've got a placeable gas station. And this mod looks very similar to a gas station mod that I did a mod review very early on in Farm Sim 17, or 19, I should say. I did a little gas station mashup with a few different gas station or gas tank fillable mods. And here we've got another one. This one is $5,000, $5 a day. It is by FS19 again. Go ahead and just put it over here by his scarecrow. Rotate it, and again, it rotates nicely on its center point. And raise it and lower it, should we so wish. Put it down, and it does also replace the ground texture to put in a dirt texture. So if that's not something you want, you can easily come in here now with the terraforming and change that. But it's basically a placeable version of the pumps that are here on Ravenport. Run down over here and take a look here at the gas station. You'll see basically the same pump style setup, just been made into a placeable. You need a gas station. You need a gas station. And just like the root crop storage, don't visit this space. You'll get stuck inside. Maybe when this is versioned, maybe the hotspot or the landing point for when you visit will be outside of the pump. That would be quite nice. Let's take a look at a fillable lime station, placeable. So in game, we of course have a water station, but we don't have a lime station. But we do now. This basically has taken the lime fill points that are scattered around the maps and turned it into a placeable. You swap our texture out again to dirt. There we go. We've got a lime silo now. Fill our lime. It's $30,000. And what we want to do is we want to go ahead and test. So there you go. This one is safe to visit. We don't land middle. In fact, we land right here by the ladder, which is pretty cool. Not a lot to be said here. It is also by FS19. So we've got a nice trio of mods here. We've got the lime station, we've got the fuel pump, and we've got the scarecrow, all by the same mod author. And also it is, again, available for all platforms, PC and console. The next one is quite a cool little mod and very nicely detailed. Really like these things. They are placeable solar panels. Again, they are available for both platforms, PC and console. So a lot of mods available this week for console players and PC players alike. Go to miscellaneous. We have 3 placeable solar panels, 3 different sizes, 3 different amounts of money that can be returned to us, and 3 amounts of money owed to us. This mod is available by Mech Mods, and also they are crediting Giant Software for this particular mod. And let's take a look at it. So we've got the solar panel 750 watt for $75,000, solar panel 1500 watt for $100,000, and the solar panel 3000 watt for $150,000. So the way this works is it's not just decorative. This one will pay us money, but it pays us money different amounts based on the difficulty mode that we are playing in. Now, what I wanted to check is if we go here to economic difficulty and we change it to hard, we go back here to the shop and we go up to our station. Do indeed change in the store. This is really great. Let's go back. Let's change it to easy. And let's go to the store. Take a look at these. So the small one on easy mode, easy economic difficulty, gives us $205 per hour. 1500 unit gives us $410 per hour. And the large boy gives us $820 per hour. So let's take a look here and just think about this. Go to our calculator and we take $75,000 by $205 per hour. Okay, we got 365 hours needed. $65 hours divided by 24 hours in a day. So basically, it's going to take us 15 game days on easy economic difficulty to pay for our small solar panel here. Let's go to the big solar panel and do a little math. At $150,000 by $820, so it's 187 hours to pay that back. So that is just 7.8 game days to pay back this big boy's solar panel. I think I did that calculation right. Now, let's go and look at hard difficulty and do the same bit of math here. Go to the small 750 watt variant. It only pays us now $125 per day. It's still $75,000. Take that divided by 125. And we need 600 hours to pay this thing back. Divide that by 24. And we discover we need 25 game days to make that there solar panel economically viable. If we go to the 3000 watt variant at $150,000. Okay, and we divide that by the amount of money you're going to pay us back, which is $500 an hour. Okay. So we only need 300 hours to earn that back, and that is 12.5 game days. So depending on how you play, these may or may not be cost effective. Now, take a note. You can't rotate these. Okay? And when I first got that, I thought, well, that's weird. I want to rotate this. But I'll show you why. Reach. Okay. You want to know why you can't rotate these? Well, look at the shadow. They are pointing at the sun. You don't want to rotate. You can't rotate these away from the sun and expect them to actually do something. So what I don't know is if they actually follow the sun. That would be really cool. We'll see that here in a minute. But these are really nice, really detailed. I didn't really buy solar panels in 17, so I don't know if this is what they all look like or if these are kind of stepped up as far as their models go. But I really do like these in 19. I have a glowing power light because they are getting power. We'll see if the light stays on when the sun goes out. Overall, there you go. So the big boy is on hard mode. It's very, very good on its payback. Just 12.5 game days. But as I was saying, depending on how you play, if you play at 1x speed and it takes you a whole really long time to get through one game day, then solar panels probably aren't going to pay you back very, very well. If you play at a higher clock pace and iterate through lots of game days, well, then these things are going to pay for themselves back fairly quickly. And these are by Mech Mods and Giant Software and are available for all platforms. And the very last mod we're going to show here in this week's weekly mashup or roundup of mods from Giants is the powerful spotlights. Figure out where they are. Decoration. There they are. We've got 2 spotlights. We've got a medium, which is a really small looking spotlight. Put that one there. And then we've got a big model, which is taller. These do rotate. Okay. Rotate that one in a different direction. And we'll put that one down. Go here and take a look. Got the smaller, powerful spotlight. And this mod is by Vanquish081. And again, it is available for all platforms, PC and console. We've got a nice textured coloring look to the pole. Got spotlights over there. So this is really cool. You could put these and light up our silage bunkers at night for compaction and everything. So I've got a mod in here to fast forward the clock. I want to see, one, these things rotate with the sun. That would make them even cooler. 2, I want to see what these things look like at night. Go ahead. Oh. These do rotate with the sun, buds. Holy cow, that is cool. And at night, they flash back to their new starting point. And we see that they're off. And we got a nice, cool lightning bolt. I wonder if they now track the moon. That'd be weird if they did. Let's go here and take a look at these spotlights. You light up the area pretty well. Very wide spread on their light. And with the tall one, of course, the tall one seems to light up a bigger area than the smaller one did. This building's got nice, subtle outside lights here by the doors. Inside lights light up the area nicely, still casting some shadows. Kind of wish that light did not cast light on the inside, but I don't know. It's probably a limitation of the Giants engine. I wish I could get this light switch to work. All I can manage to do is open and close the door. I think the trigger for the light switch and the doors are just too close together. And then on our root crop storage building, we've got a nice outside light here. I like the wire protector on the outside. Then on the inside, we've got 4 nice pendant lights, nicely well glowing. I really do like the new lighting system here. 18. Let's just fast forward a time and just see, do these follow? They do. Follow the moon also. Alright guys, so that is it. That is the mod roundup for the week of December 30th through January 4th. All of these mods were released on the Giants Mod Hub during that time frame. So I hope you guys liked this video. I know it was kind of long, but there was a ton of mods released this week. And let me know what you think of this mod video. Let me know what you think of this format for mods that are going to be released in the Giants Mod Hub. Thinking about not doing weekly videos of the mods that are released in the Mod Hub, unless something really cool and really super awesome comes out. That will probably merit its own video. But instead doing a kind of mashup video or a weekend review video at the end of the week, which this is now the first video of. So until next time, guys, happy farming.